talking about going to Pro League Season 20.
Yeah.
Any of those, mate? It's been a couple now. And it looks like we are going to start the festivities with Anubis, which we're loading into. Mitch, what do you think is going to go down here? Do you think it's an ATOX map every day?
Taking a cheeky 2-0 here, but we'll give -72C the benefit of the doubt. They're starting out on that CT side. Very 3-on-1 rather. Setting up to kind of deny being main aggression early on. -72C, they have a couple of players they've shut out. Main. They're taking a look into E-box there, and they're actually trending the rotation a little bit towards A and middle, and just looking to defend B and look for a pick out of E-box with those two players setting up in there. ATOX now just moving into a 1-4, going to kick off this B execute, and Dobu's probably going to be left on the lurk.
Let's see if they're going to be able to hold with the E-box setup that they've got. A little rotation in from Aviva. And it's looking pretty damn good for them. One found through the smoke onto Mick. And ATOX torn to shreds. Got 50 seconds on the clock to play with. And this is going to be the full rotation. Caxon. Ooh, couldn't quite stop them there through mid. But with this pick for Doku, maybe, just maybe, Dobu rather. Cheeky name in the kill feed's a little incorrect. I like this protocol out of Inhuman, knowing if he can go take that B main control, he could potentially stop the plant.
Yeah, that's one of the couple of T's in middle. So he's just going to play outside on the extremity. Going out the site now is ATOX. Oh. Caxon takes first contact, going 1-for-1 straight away. Inhuman, can he deny the plant? No, it's safe for now. So Dobu going to try to play this post from E-box.
Awkward moments. Cabal wins that fight into Palace as well, and just like that, they know where Inhuman's playing from towards main, and he's going to get his head ripped off as well. So from the 3v5, Dobu finds a quad kill, a huge effort out of ATOX to pick up the pistol.
Yeah, I mean, he was left on that lurk over towards A, and he was the insurance policy in that pistol round, and that's exactly what he's provided. Things went very poorly on the side execute into B, but Dobu activates rotations and pull towards that B side of the map. He steps into that space in the middle, gets an opening pick, and he's good for 3 more apparently. So, look, has to be said, well played from Dobu, but also pretty big missed opportunity from -72C to convert that 5-on-3. Kick off the CT side the way that they would have wanted to.
And now they're just going to go for the mid control. Full A stack for -72C. Jump throw, looking to get the flash on the timing, but unfortunately, that hasn't gone to plan. Aviva didn't throw the util in time. -72C didn't push in time, and it all just fell apart in moments.
The idea was nice, Mac. It's the effort that counts, you know?
Yeah, I was celebrating the idea. I thought it was a good one.
You bought Mum a box of chocolates. She was allergic to nuts. You bought the one with nuts in it, but, you know, you still bought her a box of chocolates, and that's what counts. Okay?
How were you born?
Huh?
What?
How was I born?
Yeah, she's allergic to nuts.
Look, I'm not really sure, mate. I'm not really sure.
Question for another time.
First gun round though. Getting a couple of those new mollies in. Smoke gonna keep the T's out of A main for now. And my phone alarm just told me that ECL APAC is starting now.
Oh, okay.
Right on time. There you go.
Yeah,
I thought we were delayed, but
late.
according to my schedule, it's actually right on time.
Yeah, buddy, is your phone still in China?
Yeah, I left it in China, and I've actually...
No, I mean, is your phone time zone still in Asia, mate? Bloody, you goose. Anyway.
I actually had some roast goose. It was pretty good. Would recommend. Would recommend, mate. How much util left here for -72C? Got a molly on Aviva towards A. That could help out. Caxton's got a smoke for B. He's going to chuck that out. 50 seconds on the clock. Pretty big util advantage for ATOX here. And they've left Zester on the lurk, and they're going to get into the A site for free.
Well, Zesta, yeah, should be able to find a free kill in a moment. Going to be able to find two with a nice lineup there onto the mid members. I thought it was going to be that fast flank setup, but Aviva will be able to trade it for one. But with a one-man advantage in ATOX with full site control and already smoking everything out, taking deep heaven, pushing into CT, minus 72C, they look at their money and say, this is not good. We need to keep 3 alive.
Yeah. See if they're going to be allowed to do that. Dobu's already on the prowl. It's a bit of a throwback. Got some rocking some Flash gaming stickers on a Vulcan. CT's trying to stay alive here until you spawn. That's the exit from Inhuman. Annihilation would love to get his hands on an M4 upgrade or an AK maybe. There's a safe one on his hands. There you go. He's picked it up. 3 alive for both teams. Mick's going to go down at the end, but not as big of an issue for ATOX to lose a gun there as it is for minus 72C. They've got plenty of cash to replace that.
Solid save. And even though it's just those MP9s, it is going to be prioritizing the utility for minus 72C. Fast B util. It's just going to get stopped in its tracks by Molly there on the choke. But it's all a ruse. ATOX, they're thinking about going towards mid instead.
Yeah, just again, pretty hefty initial wave of util from minus 72C in the early round. They smoke off pretty much all of the major chokes, all burn incendiaries. ATOX have actually thrown a proc smoke in towards B and E box and now onto house. They're actually setting up for a bit faster of the mid pressure, now starting to actually work some control of E box as well. Oh, Cabal going down there. Nice opening pick there from Forzetsky. And now he's going to play that cheeky little off angle.
Oh, almost threads that. The molly almost finished off Forzetsky. Util solid, and unfortunately you can't say the same about that flash. Mick goes in thinking the CTs would be blind, but they're playing close, and the flash didn't do its job. So ATOX now playing from a 2-man disadvantage again, and they're putting their eyes on the big side this time, swinging in. You catch it good, big damage, but it's going to be Zesta to take some names and get that plant down as well. All 3 of these T's so low, so it's certainly retakeable. But minus 72C, they don't have a lot of money left in the bank, so this is a big call right now. Flash at the ready. Molly and a nade could polish him off, but it's just going to be ATOX connecting onto everything. Flash forward, Aviva. Just save it, mate. Save the AK. Save any chance. Still got 20 seconds. Nade towards the back of sight. And a Molly. Bomb planted for E-Box, and the pre-fire is no good. Dobu locks it in for 4 in a row. A flawless start to Anubis.
Yeah, not like the CTs have been without their chances, so pistol's definitely winnable for them. They had their opening pick here. And they had actually a pretty good crossfire on the site. The fact that Zest was able to come out E-Box like that and get 2 openers on like 10 HP probably shouldn't be allowed. So tack timeout now for minus 72C. We've got enough money to be able to get a buy together here, especially with the recently cheaper CT things. A couple of discounts thrown in there by Lord Gabe. Try and help out the defense if he can. Let's get the AWP going. Looks like it's an AWP buy around a half buy. So hero AWP on Forzetsky.
Did he ever spawn? I missed it. He's certainly not at the front of this mid situation, but it looks like they might put themselves in a position to try and find a boost at some point.
Yeah, I don't think you probably wouldn't be expecting an AWP in this round as ATOX. Kind of perceiving that you broke the money at minus 72C, and like they might be able to put a black buy together.
Oh, mate, that is a risky maneuver. Smoke deep. Cabal. Hit it in the drop spot. Ooh, and he's going to be seen in front of the smoke. It's isolated. But there's just going to be that MP9 around the corner. Fozetsky's already pivoted the whole way back towards A, but in the meanwhile, Borosto takes that one. Fozetsky makes use of the AWP, and now they know that it exists. So how do ATOX play with the two-man disadvantage again? The last one was successful.
Yeah, this push is going to help out. Never mind, he quick switches away from his gun when he had him dead to rights. That's a bit of good fortune in the favor of -72C, who have rotated pretty heavily off of seeing one player outside of B. They just go ahead and force-stack the B site, which could actually lead to them losing this round. If Doby can get this entry out mid here, Borosto goes down for free. A site's open for business. It's still a 2-on-4. Gun's recoverable for the CTs, but very winnable for ATOX now.
Plenty of space to make this one happen, but Annihilation posted on the right line. Flash towards main. Dobu hits his. And just like that, we're back to a 2-on-2 scenario. Dobu going to be taken out by a nice little peek there. And the shot's no good from Annihilation. Ucaxon rather, from heaven. Going to be able to make that retake a reality. And it's the first found for -72C.
Yeah, good round two picking up. A lot of pressure on ATOX's economy. Annihilation's got to dig pretty deep in his pockets to bail out the boys. That's how that round started. Bit of good fortune. Those opening picks and then the timing off of Zesta. Some good shooting on the Deagles too. So AWP's still out here for -72C, as it is for ATOX. Both teams a little weaker in terms of the cash, better loss bonus on the CT side for now. They've been kind of taking a bit of a beating early on here on Anubis. Both teams changing early util here. Looking for some control of A main, gonna burn a util set to secure it, denying info to -72C here. A little bit. Still can't hit the shot though.
Borosto in the open. That's free. Borosto had no idea. He didn't hear that pin pulled. And Inhuman and Ucaxon, it's going to be a very difficult round for them to try and get back into. And also one for them to save. We still got Zesta hard on the lurk towards B main, expecting to save in this direction, which is potentially about to happen. Inhumans looking this direction towards main. Cabal as well. Looking in through Palace, might be able to catch a time. E-Box is not going to be safe. They're not even going to cross in time. Inhuman is fully locked in, and he's low too, so should be able to be easy pickings. But Zesta in the meanwhile is going to fall, and ATOX still looking at their money, thinking maybe we shouldn't hunt this hard, but they'll get there eventually. Dobu does it at range. 8-2 for him, and 5-1 the scoreline for ATOX.
Much better opening portion of the round there for ATOX.
Yeah.
They just slip up a little bit against the AWP and half bite. But in terms of gun rounds, they've been pretty lights out. Money was a bit all over the place for -72C. You had a rifle drop over there from Ucaxon. They're seeing what they can put together here because they had, as I mentioned, still pretty good loss bonus, 2.9 in the round previous, and had a couple of blokes sitting on like 6k or something like that. Money's great for ATOX after that round though. Most of them surviving, building up a bit of a bank as we head through the halfway point of the first half here. I think -72C, you can see there's some individual skill on some of these players, but they are really struggling with the fundamentals, like even finding multiple openings. Their spacing is really not good enough. They're getting punished on by ATOX in these man advantage scenarios. Big over rotations as well being shown so far.
Well, Molly, right down to the great timing. Fozetsky's going to be pushing forward. It hasn't quite been seen here in the corner, but it's going to be Mick to clean up everything and deny the aggression from main.
Yeah, you could see -72C try to take a tack timeout and go for some calculated aggression. Had the deep smoke on stairs there. Tried to throw some kind of molly outside of A main or over to Rugs. And just dive out into mid in the early portion of the round and catch ATOX off guard, but completely backfires. ATOX defends that aggression very easily and picks himself up a 6th round. Good reactive util as well there from that A default player. Smoldering off A main and choosing, I think it was Mick, choosing his time to drop down into canals and get himself a 2K. So finally, despite having 3.4 loss bonus, the CTs are going to take a save, and a pretty honest one as well, especially this high in the loss bonus these days, Mac. I feel like you always see one rifle, you know, give it a crack.
Oh, it's almost worked out there, but he couldn't quite finish off the spray, and for Zetsky, he's going to be able to find the double there with the 5-7, so not a bad result if you're a fan of -72C. And in the meanwhile, ATOX again, you're going to be playing on the back foot to AK's retreat from that engagement in mid. And Zester, in the meanwhile, going to be able to slide that one through and wrap back around on default as the bomb is going to try to slowly but surely make its way back. And those 2 kills equalize. Oh, another going to be found. And Zester may have single-handedly, Mitch, salvaged this round.
I mean, it's the same thing again, isn't it? They're up in a 4-on-2 and they're just giving ones before the bomb's even gone down. Like, there's no fundamentals for -72C right now. Playing the numbers. Spacing and the rotations have been exploited every single time from ATOX. Aviva with no armor. If he cops a bit of aim punch, it's curtains for him.
Timing's no good. Shift walk through the smoke with Mick looking in the right direction. And that is going to be a 6-round lead. So -72C still looking for some more success. They could have found it there with the 2 AKs and the 2-man lead. But as you mentioned, just walking around all on their own, not in positions to have a good trade game. And ATOX just going to instantly find their way back into these rounds.
Yeah. Now, another buy round here, round number 9. Had enough for double ult if they wanted it, but just gonna go with singular. Quick double mollies there to ATOX, and they're splitting a lot of pace across bridge here. They're also trying to throw some reactive utility. They run into their own Molotov. It just tanked that for a lot of damage, unless that was a reactive molly from the CTs. Now you can see ATOX trying to pick up the pace and pinch this anchor of Aviva, and he stays alive beautifully and gets one more.
Oh, swing across, he'll be able to make it to the safety of the flat, but he won't be able to live for too much longer. Inhuman tears through him, and that is going to be a 2nd round on the board for -72C. They get there eventually, and they do it in a pretty healthy manner. 4 alive.
Yeah, I don't know whether that was the team molly or a reactive molly from Barosto, but Zester and Cabal just took so much damage trying to push into house there and just got melted by the A1. ATOX trying to change the pacing. They've done a lot of kind of slower defaulting and outmaneuvered -72C in the early to mid round. Sorry, mid to late round rather. So that round just really trying to force their way up middle early. After the double mollies, backfires a little bit. I think that's, you know, partially down to what -72C's strengths seem to be. Like, the fundamentals and the team play, the chemistry is a bit all over the place, but the mechanics, like, these guys can aim. So I think ATOX trying to run at them, throw them off a little bit. And look, if there's anything these blokes can do playing, you know, majority in the Asian region, it's defend a rush. Double tack timeout from ATOX. That's interesting.
Yeah. Having a big old chinwag as to what's going on, or someone's gotten up to do some stuff. You never know. With online CS, we don't have those cameras. Someone could be saying, hey, my name's Cabal. I am growing up a little bit. I have some responsibilities, and just cool a couple of tacticals until I get back.
Seems like you might be onto something. Having some more tech issues, as is the case very regularly here on ECL Asia. I can tell you firsthand from experience of the last 2 weeks,
Yeah.
connection to different countries and VPNs is a journey that I very rarely wish to undergo again. But that's the reality of playing in these regions sometimes.
Well, we're getting everyone buying, so looks like it may not have been a full-on technical issue. Maybe it was just something else going on in the background. You never know. But on their T side, on their map choice.
That nade over at A from Mick was juicy as hell, bro. What is that, 90 damage for $300? It's a bloody bargain. It's putting a lot of pressure on this extremity as well, pretty self-sufficiently. This is going to prompt a push over on the B side of the map, and Zester is more than ready for it.
Oosh. There's that first. Looking pretty sharp so far. Won't be able to go toe-to-toe with Forzetsky's AWP. But at least he's done some damage. And now with that info that there's no one left at B main, Forzetsky is going to give the map control. Decide just to fall back towards A instead. And Barosto, in the meanwhile, is going to be able to stand around here at the stairs. Molly clearing out the platform or the fountain. And Aviva's only able to find one in the moment. Swings around at Heaven. Oh, gets that reload off and repositions to Annihilation. No, he's going. And he's just trying to hunt him down, which he will do so successfully. And in the meanwhile, Caxton took a little bit too long to get his nade. Going towards that front side of sight. Doesn't even bounce off properly. And the flash too doesn't hit the mark. So Annihilation, his position at least known. And Caxton going for the Giga Chad approach. Jumping up on the wall, but it hasn't worked out for him. Annihilation, 3 kills at the end of the round. And he's not just an AWPer, he can rifle too.
Yeah, I don't know if that nade was hit. Didn't do any damage, but also Annihilation doesn't know exactly where that last CT is coming from. Obviously, you're aware of what his position is on the map, but dropping an HE nade from CT and just giving up your position is probably not the best way to be playing the 1v1. Because realistically, it could be coming in from the flank. Just take your time, you walk on him, and you can probably catch Annihilation on a timing. Oh, speaking of the timing, it's a beautiful opener for Forzetsky.
Yeah.
But -72C have proven to be experts at throwing man advantages so far. So
not this time. But they are going to lose that A main control. Again, I was checking if Mick was throwing that nade from rugs or if he was just doing it from the T-stairs. Again, he threw it from T-stairs, the one that got value last round. -72C learnt their lesson and didn't stand around the stairs in camera to cop the HE on the face.
So things settling a bit now. Pretty big util advantage for the T side. How methodical are they going to be at pushing this A main line though? Because Forzetsky's repositioned now, which could be problematic if they're not expecting to run into the ult. Pretty heavy lean towards that B side though, so if he doesn't find success here, it could be problems for the CTs.
Slow shift walk down. Sneaky approach. Forzetsky's seen this mollied almost every single round and he still takes the bait. Goes in! Oh, almost had the lineup for the collat, but he will at least find one. Damage done on the Mick and for another round on the board, and Annihilation unable to trade for more than the single. So that'll be that, and 3 will be found for -72C. With the potential of 4 moving into the final round of the half, and you're looking at the money on ATOX, it could be a very likely possibility. Yeah,
they've done a good job salvaging this half. Really could have gone a whole lot better for them if they had closed the pistol in the other 5-on-3, but good stuff from Forzetsky. Opening pick, reposition towards A, gets another one. And good stuff from -72C. They flooded into the site very well there before ATOX could get into the comfy post plant they were going for. Other B lean here. Bolt gets on the deep info line towards B mate. ATOX setting themselves up for the A execute. Aviva's going to drop the smoke deep main here and reactive HE nade, but ATOX are running him down here, Mac.
Straight in. Up in their grills, and the Tech 9 can do that if you aren't expecting it. Now let's see if -72C can get back from the man disadvantage. Nice late lurk here with the key piece of the puzzle. That AK in the hands of Cabal. I don't have an inkling that he could be here, but it's going to be a push forward. Meanwhile, going solo through those smokes ain't going to go too well for you. Forzetski deals with the lurk, and in the meanwhile, Mick's going to be able to find him through the smoke. So a nice little late trade. Inhuman reveals his position with that molly towards the mountain. The 1v4, he's going to get picked one by one at the moment. Molly forces him forward. Oh, what? He got another there. He's still going for it. And that time, it's ticking annihilation. Oh, he's hit the jump. Oh, he gets the kills.
No
and
time.
won't have the time.
Terrorists win.
2 seconds in it. Crazy, crazy attempt out of Inhuman. That was nuts. And ladies and gents, we'll be going to a cheeky halftime break. It is time for the second half to get underway. And look, 9-3, I wouldn't say it's an uncommon scoreline on a map like Anubis, but we'll see what -72C can do swinging on the T side.
Yeah, they're going to be kicking off a pretty quick B-side exit here. See how Zesta and Cabal defend it. Quick rotating from Dobu as well.
Okay, smokes in the way. -72C, a lot of space to play around. Zesta going to be able to find one. Smacking those shots straight through the smoke, and I believe someone on the backside has been seen. Cabal's going to lose his life for that one. But a nice trade from Zesta again, who has been a gremlin in a lot of these rounds. 14 kills on the board. And looking for some more. E-box control is going to be there, but how long is that going to be? A reality. Zesta going to fall to that shot from Barosto, who's going to be tucked away in the corner. Dealt with eventually. Inhuman down to 48 HP. He did well in that last round of the half, but unfortunately not going to be able to find any more kills for himself. And that's going to be double digits secured by the Mongolians, by ATOX. 10 on the board.
That makes this a pretty difficult game to win for -72C. Almost certainly have to see the force in round 2 and them trying to break the CT money early, right? To get back into this one, I would think. But I've seen this actually a lot from some of the East Russian teams where they don't force in these rounds and they go for like deagles and like some light armor and stuff. Or just some upgrade pistols. Which, like, we'll see how it goes. Try to do some economic damage and then break the money harder next round, potentially. Dobu. Nice movement on the jump spot just to get some info pretty much for free there.
Ooh, nice big nade. Well, dodging the molly. Here's that one coming. And the smoke's not going to be able to do too much. I think it was a molly actually there at mid. Just trying to separate the two teams. Barosto waiting, but can't wait for too much longer. Going to be taken out by a flying Cabal. Aviva with a Glock. Going to get train it onto Dobu. But Zesta so solid for 2. And that is going to be that. Little mop up at the end. Some damage done, considering the lack of investment from -72C. I'd say that's a small win taking 2 guns away.
Yeah. But they've got very little room for error now. At least they're playing team side of Anubis. A bit more forgiving in terms of the economy. And obviously the more favoured side of this map. But against a team of ATOX's caliber with 0 room for error. I'm not backing them. See how they go first gun round though. Aggression in B main. Simple flash over the top from Dobu sets up Zesta for success. And -72C might only have 1 gun round if it keeps going this way. They've been shut out of A main here. Just for a moment. But no real impactful map control to speak of with the man at disadvantage is not ideal for the T side here. So Barosto feeling the need to kind of force things into middle where make something happen.
We'll slowly rotating their way in and stacking the correct site for ATOX. Dobu's still just holding onto that util. There's not a lot left for the CTs, and the contact is probably the best way to go, except one of the Zesta who's hit his mouse wheel, or hit his spacebar, whatever that was. Smoke thrown on the run, and the 2-for-1 is going to favour ATOX and 2v4 now. -72C trying to make their way back in. Kozetsky's going to be able to find 1 and a double. Safe plant in the corner. Ukaxin goes for the full commit, and in the 2v2, there's still a chance here for the T's. Nice shot. Another one going to be picked up, and this has been a 2v5 almost completed, but Mick might ruin the day for them. It's going to be a flash forward. Kozetsky's coming with that tap. Baits him out of Dink for body shot, rather. Mick gets finished off, and Kozetsky saves the day. Saves map even for -72C.
100%. I mean, him and Ukaxin combined for 5 there. Nobody else got anything done for -72C, and it's that individual skill that, you know, makes you think if the fundamentals were a little better, you know, they're being a little bit more consistent, maybe they would have a bit better of a crack here against a team like ATOX. But that's the first step of many that will be needed to get back into this game. They've broken the CT economy, prompting a force. M4 for Zesta. Annihilation. Scouts out for Dobu, and he gets punished about 5 seconds into the round, trying to force a pick out of E-box.
Not bad. Not bloody bad with that shot. The upgrade, the sprays are coming through. Bit of extra chip damage on the Mick. And in the meanwhile, Annihilation get his head taken off with that smoky human. Keep your eyes on him. He's having some crazy rounds here and there, but him on 3 HP and Kozetsky on 12 means there is still a world where ATOX could somehow win this 2v4.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they've done it a couple of times already. aggression into mid from Mick, Cabal onto E-Box. They're trying to play these lines where they can potentially find a pick and disrupt the push. It's exactly what Mick does.
Yeah.
Takes out Barosto. And as you mentioned, a couple of these teams are very low. This is a good rotation for the timing on Cabal. Mick's on the right side of the map.
Oh. Sneaks his way across. Way just in the back of sight. A sneaky position that Caxton was not expecting. Now at the bottom of the ground at 20 seconds. It's going to be the clock against him, as well as two ATOX members who are going to be able to lock in that 12th and keep an 8-round lead. That's a lot of, absolutely a lot of map points to play.
Yeah, and the money's broken now for minus 72C. Lost bonus never had a chance really to build up. No bomb plant, so they're going to take attack timeout. Discuss exactly what they want to be buying into this one. Probably will be a bit of a mix buy, pistols, Galils, maybe a Mac 10. Util's going to be pretty limited. And look, Anubis just has not been particularly competitive yet. It is ATOX's pick, and they're showing exactly why. Looking at their Mirage lately, they played it a couple times. They have played a pretty close game against the old roster of minus 72C several months ago, and they played Mongols and Huns on it last month. So honestly, the last few months for ATOX, that's not very many reps on Mirage. So if there's a map that minus 72C is going to give them a crack on, it's that one.
Ooh, that nade has gone wrong. And maybe ruin the plans for ATOX to close things out right here, right now. But the gap in the smoke from Annihilation isn't going to allow him to find it. I think Cabal's going to be able to fire from the meanwhile, and Zesta in a 1v3 to try to close things out. Is not far from reality. 18 kills so far, doing a lot of heavy lifting for the Mongolian squad. And, oh, there is going to be that ragdoll in the way. I'd say Flozetsky has him almost every day here. Positioning is good. So it's all going to boil down to the timing. And there goes Zesta. Inhuman doing the honors, and 5 will be secured by the T-side.
They break ATOX's money. Once again, minimum loss bonus. Zesta's still eco. What ATOX opt to do here? Yeah, I mean, Pistol Force is not surprising. So a good chance for minus 72C to deal with the pistol armor and potentially anti-eco and get themselves 7. Still not really within touching distance though of trying to push us through into OT, but definitely will put a bit of a dent in it, and that's a good opening pick already.
Whoa. Okay. Spray's going okay, but
Bombs dropped. That could be awkward.
they're going around. They're just trying to hold this mid control. Problem is, again, they split up, which makes things difficult, but Aviva is going to be able to lock in, focus up, and get a 6.
Yeah. Went into gamer mode, you know, leaned slightly forward in his chair. You all know what I'm talking about. And ATOX are broke, bro. Even following this, they'll probably only really have like a middling kind of buy with somewhat limited util. So minus 72C have done a really good job of breaking their money and starting to crack back into this T side.
Aviva, pretty cracked shot to that first one, to be fair. But then there was many numbers swarming all over him. And I don't think this will be the round that ATOX close it. But now they've got all the info that it's not going to be B. So, a big flank will come through. And Mick on half HP with just US picks. Oh, hang on. Thought Barosto could have been caught off on timing. Molly gives them some space to play around, and Annihilation just wants to fade out like a ball. But that's not going to happen. And scoring the clip to try and hit him one time, but can't get around the corner.
Some good stuff from -72C. Slowly grinding this game back, little by little. If they win this next gun round, they'll reset the cash again. That should get close to double digits. Buys come out here for ATOX. Not enough money for an AWP, but still a pretty decent looking buy. He's got the AWP out on the T side, and he's actually going for a quick B main peek here. Post up on the line. ATOX on the other hand, they were playing pretty heavy towards E-Box. Zester's over towards Ninja, actually. That could be a pick of the AWP. Oh, that's what I was talking about. The potential was there. Korzetsky a little slow, and nice flash over the top. Completely catches Inhuman off guard. This should be the end of the map here.
Yeah. Looking pretty good for things to close out. Waiting that smoke out, and Yukaxon's going to be spotted here at the box. Oh, missed opportunity there. And he's going to be mollied in, has to fight, and Cabal's going to go blow for blow, but go that little bit better. As Aviva now in the 1v5 is an unlikely task and a very big ask for him.
Yeah. Really just needs ATOX to feed him a bunch of kills, but they've even got a crossfire, little contact set up over on mid here. Bit of reactive utility to make his life even more difficult, and they're really giving him not many opportunities, slowly kind of closing the net on him.
Yeah, fully wrapping in just on the flank. We'll find him with the AWP. And 13-7 is going to be the scoreline for map number 1. ATOX taking theirs, and they're going to be very happy with that shot.
Yeah, not too surprising. I mean, exactly like you mentioned, it's their map pick. We'll see what -72C, what kind of form they're looking in when they play Mirage. Like I said, ATOX have only got a couple of reps on it over the last few months. A couple of Mirages. They're not too bad at it. They know how the map works.
Yep. What are they? In January, they also won the 5E stuff, as well as the PGL Major Qual. So they have played it a few times and won a fair few times. Sometimes maybe not so successfully, but you know, taking down Rare Atom when Rare Atom was in more of their prime back in January, then I think that's a pretty good dub. So we'll see what -72C can do here, as they are going to be starting on the T side.
We love that. Should be good stuff from them. They can kind of set the pace a little bit. Captain's got himself a P250 that already kind of tells you a little bit on Mirage. Usually you will see the old mate buying a P250. That's going to be a bit of a window swing or like a palace peak most of the time. Not seeing any kind of crazy purchases out of ATOX. Mix being made a raid boss.
Yeah, 6 guns. We'll see what they can do with it. Flash, nade, smoke. Dobu with a kit just in case. Someone must just be lagging, because this has happened pretty frequently tonight.
I mean, it's just classic Asia, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just always have tech issues. It's not fun. I can tell you from personal experience. But you just got to make the best of it sometimes, eh?
Yeah. And we're going. That time's ticking down. We are bloody live with map 2 of the series. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us and dealing with us, hanging with us while the issues were getting sorted. But it looks like ATOX, they are just going to be pushing mid for info, expecting a B hit, but it's going to be A. So as long as Dobu can live here, retake is the name of the game. Ooh.
That's what that P250 is for. Taking duels out of Palace. I'm going to smoke off CT as well. That's really going to disrupt the retake. Good shot. I love that. Jackson kick this one off.
It just slows him down, but it also denies that smoke from being in play if the CTs did win that fight. 8 as well. Gonna be able to chunk him away, but Mickey with the Julie is going to keep running forward. Here's that Glock behind him, and he's going to get it done eventually. Plenty of bullets in the mag to make that happen, and there was a kit somewhere in CT, but it's being picked up by Mick. In the meanwhile, it's up to Inhuman to try to stop this one from happening, but now he spotted Annihilation on the advanced line, and they can stick it with the kit. 5 seconds, Inhuman won't be able to stop that one from happening, and the retake works out after a whatever that was in CT, a big draw.
Yeah. Bomb plant does go down though, as well as a handful of kills for -72C, so that's going to help them put together probably a force into that next round. Mick well worth his investment getting that raid boss dualies. He definitely did a lot of work winning ATOX that round, and again, not going to be a force after the bomb plant for -72C. They once again go over a deco. Started particularly well, although that's a nice shot from Aviva. Actually picks that A play up.
Oh no.
Yeah, you can't be letting that happen. Man's just walked out underpass and gotten the kill for free.
Where'd my team go? Weren't you watching that? Mick, mate. What's the go? Well, that pick on A proving enough of a distraction to pull ATOX off of that mid setup, cost them another life. And any more damage here might be frustrating for ATOX.
Yeah, I mean, one more kill here, and the save has been worth it for -72C, undoubtedly. Can buy up again in the next that have pretty good reset potential. It's like they're grouping towards Con. Timing not really going well for Mick. T's are going to be allowed to kind of slip through the middle of the map right now.
Whoa. Okay. The Mickinator. Connecting on those headshots, and Cabal in a solid position. Not one that the T's will be expecting. Ooh, but he's going to be seen, and there's going to be awkward angles that he has to try to fight from. But the awkwardness works in his favor. Beats through the Deagle. And that is going to be 2 in a row. ATOX steadying the ship in that 3v3.
Yeah, well done to him. Still wasn't a whole lot riding on that one for -72C, and I dare say they got the damage they would have wanted out of those Deagles. Took 2 guns away from ATOX.
Oh.
So they'll go into round number 3 with full buy. ATOX very resettable here. 2 players big double eco if they drop this round.
There's that Molly stopping it -72C from going too quickly towards the B side now. And they'll be able to go back up climbing. Cabal, solid spot here at default, and it's going to have the helping hand from Cessna down on short. So crossfire, demolishing them from trying to make their way out on the balcony. And Cabal at this line should be able to win that, which he will. Morosto a little bit late to the party, but he is going to be the only one to find damage onto ATOX so far. A minute and a bit on the clock. So maybe a world where he can get some more damage done, and he's going the long way.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty low percentage for him to win this round, so even just wrapping around and finding like a nice timing to pick one of these CTs and take an extra gun or 2 away is well worth it, even if you probably can't win this round. Let's check that one well though. Switched on, reads the timing from stairs side, and that's 4 alive for ATOX. Really good first gun round from them. Decent B timing here for -72C. They're kind of contacting out apps, but as soon as they explode there, they could have almost caught, I believe it's Cabal in transition there, who was moving over to short, but as soon as they started making noise, he was able to actually just pivot back to the site and play the angles, and then Zesta came in on the rotate, and they just kind of ping-pong between short and site really well there to lock it down. Good reactive user as well.
Annihilation going to get the info, but as he's fallen off the window at that unfortunate timing, it is going to allow the con member to fall, but it is a nice salvage from him. Re-swinging for 2, Dobu finding his, and in the meanwhile, I think Mick found 2 before he fell, so a solid round up against the Pistols, and a quick one as -72C just try to use brute force at mid.
Yeah, well done. Again, took a couple guns away, but like as we saw from Anubis, like damage is one thing. Need to string these gun rounds together because they were playing at a pretty large deficit on that map as well, and started to put some rounds together. Can't afford to put themselves in the same spot. Opportunity missed before Zetsky. Had a good couple of opening picks on Anubis, so him not getting rolling early with the AWP here is a bit of a missed opportunity for -72C. But they're going to regroup back towards the B side quite heavily. Throwing some more util towards middle, but you can see ATOX are 3 stacked in mid. They want to fight for that mid control and not let the T's take any space over there.
Whoa. Okay. Not too bad at all. Mick going to be able to find one in the meanwhile. As Barosto, we gifted this mid control. ATOX very worried about a B hit again. But it's all going to boil down to the timing. Mick won't quite spot this one, but Barosto crosshair in the right position to find Dobu, but pulls that smoke out. At an unfortunate one.
Jackson is trying to miss through the smoke. Gets punished. And for Zetsky, looking for an opportunity with the AWP. Reposition from Inhuman down into unders as well. ATOX forfeiting that whole A side of the map. Just got Zester on an info line towards Cat, spotting the con push, and have seen a couple of players towards this B side. So they're kind of leaning over there. Maybe Cabal's going to get on this info line, and then they can lean back elsewhere. But more likely they're just kind of leaving mid and A open and leaning more heavily towards B, and it doesn't really look like -72C is even going for this one. They just want to save the AWP and the AK. Head into the next round, but already being down 0-5 against a team like ATOX, you're already down a map. It's not going very well.
Counter-terrorists win.
Both of the other 2 series currently over. Clutch were able to take out Mirai, and Cube were able to take out Daewha. So if this is a 2-0 as well for ATOX, that means that Mongolia is 6-0 today in ECL.
That'll be nuts. What about the other side of this bracket? Is that still going?
Well, those were the lower bracket games. The other side of this bracket, Tyloo are 1-1 with LYG.
Okay.
LYG is the other East Russian team. So the fact that Tyloo dropped a map to them is not great. And it was on Mirage as well. I don't know what it is about these East Russian teams. They love some Mirage.
Just a good map. They've probably played a bloody lot of it in their faces, 5Es and whatever else they're using a pug over in Asia. But it's looking like -72C. You're going to pick up the pace towards A. Just waiting out that util. And they're right in doing so. Dodging that damage from the HE. Barosto as well. Putting pressure here at Palace. And it's going to just be all off the timing. Inhuman. Be able to snap around just in time. Dobu going in front of the molly, trying to use it as cover, but again, Inhuman firing the hell up, finding 2 big kills so far, and barely alive, but Annihilation in front of the con smoke. He's going to be able to snatch one back, same as Zesta. And we could just be on for ATOX winning this 3v5. Bomb's going to get planted in the meanwhile. -72C, not going to be able to find too good of a post plant because there's a default plant, and CT control is in the hands of ATOX. 3v, well, make it a 1v2 as Annihilation is unable to trade out that one, jumping around, making moments, trying to make some memories as Fazetsky connects that kiss on the lips to Annihilation.
Ooh, it's nice.
Ooh. Thank you.
I had one alive though, and that was almost another 3-on-5 that they threw in the bin. Luckily, Barosso doubles up from unders. This was the winning moment, but that post plant was going to shit real quick. So ATOX with a fair bit of money built up from winning 5 in a row there. They have no issues repurchasing, whereas -72C actually do. Ooh, he held it a second longer. That was probably a kill for Annihilation there.
Right now mid. And -72C get those first 2 picks again, but we know that that doesn't confirm anything yet.
Yeah. Did a good job shutting down that mid aggression. ATOX trying to dive mid. It's pretty common these days on Mirage. You know, this due to the fact that the meta's developed in such a way that the T's love that mid control. Both at the end of Go and, or honestly, quite a bit of Go into CS2. And I think you really started to see the CT side style develop where you play like these early 1-3-1s and just try to like fight mid on the timing or set it up good fights with pieces of util. Slow pacing from -72C, as you often see, turning this mid control into a mid A. That could be a double for Dobu, and that's where things get a little tricky now for the T's.
Oh, tapping away, Dobu. Very fortunate to make that one happen, but he won't be able to do it with the secondary for more. Annihilation just going to try to cut this one, stop him at the door. Aviva, here's that shot, goes back to secure a second, and that's going to be -72C doubling those rounds.
Yeah, and more than that most likely, because they've broken the money of ATOX with those 2 gun rounds in a row.
Yeah.
Taking significant losses though. Lost all of those guns but 1-2 rounds in a row, so that T-start economy looking quite fragile. But not too much ATOX can do about this for the next round at least. Probably just this thing save and looking to take some guns. -72C, call an attack timeout. Need to make sure that they can have a really clean anti-eco here and build up their cash to continue, you know, doing damage here on Mirage. If they lose too many guns here, then they're pretty resettable heading into round 9.
Well, what did you have for... Was it... Oh, did you have an overnight flight or a day flight?
Overnight.
Overnight?
Well,
What did you have for dinner
you
and
know what it's
breakfast
like
then?
traveling from Australia. It's both. The answer is both. I
Ooh.
stepped out of my hotel room at 9 a.m. and got back to my house in Australia at like 8 a.m. the next day.
Oosh. Rough. Stop over?
Yeah, in Hong Kong. I met a British guy.
Yeah.
And he was coming to Sydney, and I was like, "Where are you staying, mate?" And he said, "Lidcombe."
Lidcombe.
I was like, "All right,
I'm
bro."
familiar with that area.
I was like, "I hope you like Korean food," and he's like, "No, I don't."
He's come to the wrong place, hasn't he?
Yeah, stay somewhere else, bro.
Yeah.
Anyway, things that are not relevant to anyone in the chat, most likely.
That's just because there was an eco, Mitch. I was just checking in on you, making sure the flight was good. But we got guns again. We got action. We got solid Counter-Strike 2 to talk about. Smoke towards Palace and -72C are going to go fast again. Dry out of main. Inhuman going to do what he's been doing pretty damn well, and that's cracking open the bomb site. Just waiting for that molly to keep on burning, and this time they might get the CT control, but it's going to be Pozetsky falling on that cross, and Inhuman's going to have to lift damn well to make this round a 4th for -72C. The nade going to be chunking Aviva right down to almost nada, and it's a clean damn retake. 4 alive at the end of it for ATOX as they'll secure 6.
They can get a double ult for themselves if they want as well here, but it doesn't seem like they're interested. 4 alive is pretty important though. You're going to have the bomb plant into another pretty good looking buy for -72C, although Aviva's probably less than 3k, having to go down to something he probably doesn't want to use. They should still probably give this one a crack and buy again. Could also have like a mixed bag buy, like a Hero 8k, a couple of Hero 8ks, but yeah, it is a buy. Down to the Deagle. Oops, out for Zetski. I mean, 4 alive, very important in that round for ATOX. Still not a lot of loss bonus here to recover. So keeping 4 guns over, very important. Stabilize that money, especially as we're heading towards the end of the half here. Don't want to get yourselves reset. Big brawl over mid for both teams. Nick gliding all the way out. Behind his teammates still, and 28 Bullet is able to find a headshot. Working well for ATOX. There's that second wave of U2 in from -72C though, and they're actually able to make it 2 for 2. Zest is quite low. Aviva would really like to find himself a gun, but can't seem to do so, unfortunately.
Very brawly start to the round. And as things cool off, we're going to see ATOX just going for a full split up, trying to keep eyes towards mid, or at least towards that crawl space and window area, as well as Annihilation with that. Or on A, playing a risky game, walking out, but knowing he's got a little bit of space. And now there's going to be the info with the bomb spotted at the back of Apps.
I mean, these are the kind of rounds we see a lot on a lot of maps at the moment, actually, like in shit as well. Mirage, an example of that, when both teams choose to fight for mid, you just end up in these weird situations. Sometimes end up, 15 seconds into the round in a 3v3, and that's really all about rotations and timing and good info pushes. In this case, good stuff, good patience from Zesta, playing the headshot angle on 5 HP. Would it give the man advantage to ATOX here?
Molly. Ooh, thought it was going to the right spot. And Cabal will hear that drop out the window. So he's in the prime position to win this round. And the bomb.
Counter-terrorists win.
That his teammates didn't die on that rotating.
Yeah, ATOX is going to dominate this half again. No loss bonus and bomb plant for -72C. Means that their money is cooked. Got to take a single save heading into round 12, which is going to be at least 8 for ATOX. Pretty similar state of affairs to what we saw in Anubis. And I dare say that this game is probably going in that same direction. But not before we have another pause, Mac.
Gotta love those. Well, what do you think's wrong this time, hey?
Kabbalah's got to cut Mum's hair.
Oh, haircut time. Okay, what cut's she getting?
Apparently she wants a sick fade.
Sick fade. Okay. Is it one of those like undercuts? So there's still that like long hair.
Nah, she
over
just
the
wants
top?
like a just sick fade like the boys would get.
Yep.
And an eyebrow slit.
Ooh. Just a little bit or like a fat one?
Fat one for sure.
Ooh. Mad. Well, we know what the issue is. -72C have given up. They're disconnecting, Mitch.
I might have lied. That's all right. I'm sure that the wait, no, there's 5. There's 5 of them. No, can I count T's? I see 4 in front of me and 1 we're spectating.
Yes. You can count.
That's cool. That's great.
I think we just got to do a little refresh. So we're just going
You know
to
what? Let me show you
refresh you
guys.
guys
Yeah,
what
let me
we
show you
look
guys.
like.
Hold on.
Hmm?
Yep. There's 5 of them.
You're counting.
Came back to cans just for that.
There's only 2 bloody idiots on camera right now. What do you mean? Hey,
That's true. That's
you watch
true.
what you're doing.
I don't know. Oh, calm down, bro. Calm down.
Watch yourself.
Are you threatening me or are you threatening the chat right now?
Bit of both.
Bit of both. Okay.
Who feels more threatened?
Definitely chat.
Twitch chat, you got to let me know.
Definitely
Are you feeling threatened? What if I go for the double barrel?
Oh, whoa, relax.
I'll do it.
Do it. Live on Twitch. You won't. Oh my god.
See that?
That
I was
must have
not
been
ready
like a
for the
44
recoil.
or something. That
I
was
got
some crazy recoil.
I got some thumb power. In the what's this part of the revolver? Is it
That's
is
like
it
the cock.
the pin? The pin.
That's it, where you cock it.
Hey,
no?
look, maybe we're both just built different, you know, cock pin, you know, it's just one of those things. But look, who do you think's taking this one? Do you think ATOX, with the lack of technical issues, are going to be able to lock in?
I think they got it, bro. I think they
Yeah.
got it. Yeah,
They're looking pretty solid, aren't they?
they are. They are. So what do you have for breakfast today?
Brekkie, I just had a banana because I went and did squats and deadies, and I wanted to make sure something was in my belly. So I guess that's breakfast. I don't really do breakfast. I just sort of eat. That makes sense?
Squats and deadies on the same day, mate. That
I've
is
started doing that. It's a
is a-
bad idea.
taxing to the nervous system. We're trying to fix our player's ping.
Not
We've
their
got,
pin, like our recent conversation, but ping. Like
yeah,
connection.
we've got the technician from the ISP deployed to old mate's house.
Yeah.
He'll be there in 3 to 7 business days.
We call them parrot technicians because we drop them in. Always at the ready. Just floating around in the skies.
And hopefully should be fixed, you know, soon, maybe.
Mhm.
You know, the ping can't be easy being from East Russia. I wonder what server these guys are even playing, like Hong Kong probably.
Sounds about right.
I did a fair bit of Hong Kong server lately.
You did some Hong Kong server.
Yeah, all Hong Kong server mostly.
How'd you do it?
A bit of, you know, VPN through from China.
Oh, yeah.
Don't tell the government. I did nothing wrong.
Well, Zester's gone now too. So, you know what? We're going to join him. We're going to a break. We'll see you when everyone's back into the game. Well, welcome. We are live, we are kicking, and we are hopefully not pinging any longer. Molly towards A main for ATOX, and they're going to try to slow down -72C, but there's going to be an Eagle. And around back at that one, Paxton as well with Hero AK. Going to be able to crack them open, going straight out of Pal to find a double. And that is going to be a whole lot of momentum found off the back of that tech pause.
Yeah, Hero AK getting into the thick of things. The round they had no business winning is suddenly looking very winnable. They give you a couple of opportunities to test at the high-low anti-flash. No! It's falling apart again. Cuts the second or third 3-on-5 that -72C has lost this series. And it's only been 2.5 bloody maps back. 1.5 bloody maps, rather.
Solid flash out of, I think, Cabal there in CT to make that one happen. Had to have been. Let's see. Wait. That wasn't a flash, that was a HE. They looked away from it.
They worked anti-flash to begin with, so...
Criminal. Well, maybe thinking too many steps ahead.
Yeah. Oh, good pick from Annihilation. The mid swing has stopped bearing fruit as much.
Oh,
There's another mid swing that doesn't go well.
Oh, solid damage out of that HE though. Caxon copping 43 points of health lost. Ooh, nice little movement. Going under that top mid smoke is going to be able to creep his way closer towards Con and look for a potential another opening. Doing a great job on A the previous round. The smoke's just getting rotated towards the B side as well. So not going to find too much map control anywhere just yet. But in the meanwhile, these short members have no idea. I think Caxon has done that silently enough. And where are they going to flank? Bomb's making its way towards A. Caxon is now going to start to have a look. He hasn't gone through the crawl space. And if he crosses here... Ooh, there you go. Annihilation. Flashes forward. Dobu's going to be able to find one before getting flanked. And this is looking real damn good to close out the half. And if you didn't have enough of a break in the tech pause, we got another one here for you now. Half time. See you in a minute. Second round is upon us, and ATOX are going to be the ones on the attack this time. Looking to take the fight. So minus 72C on the B site, and Caxon is just looking to try to go for the fast boost, but was it fast enough? Did it get heard by ATOX? By minus 72C, rather. And Dobu's got that window smoke at the ready. One banger to get the boys out. It's going to be an all-in bloody brawl. They certainly heard him jumping onto the balcony. Jackson gets taken out of the equation. And at range for Zedski, or unfortunately couldn't get back around to the safety of those bricks on short. And it's a 3v4 for the retake.
Yeah, gonna try to add some dimensions to it. Get the short flank going and maybe try to take some long range duels with the USPs, but they've got to speed it up because they don't have any kits here, Mac.
Certainly don't. Bring it in. Ooh, shots are going awry, and that's going to be an ATOX round in the bag again. Winning every pistol this series so far.
I mean, really, just a good site setup. Got in there, good util, got the entries, caught some of the CTs full blind, scaled onto the short player, and then just a nice contact setup. As soon as the CTs make contact, swinging out market or short, they get like double, triple peaked by the Ticks with the Glocks, and that's the end of that. Is that all of the pistols for ATOX? I feel like they've won all the pistols this series.
That is, yeah.
That's gonna make your life pretty hard. You know, I've got Ticks.
Well, things certainly slowing down here in the 2v5. Cabal, we spotted this one, but he's opting to fight it with just the USP instead. And 10 rounds are going to be found damn quick. Minus 72C looking to get this one over and done with. And into the guns. So they've been pretty solid with their rifles. Unfortunately, it just hasn't converted into rounds. We saw it plenty in the first half. They'd get those two openings and it'd look really good. And then all of a sudden, ATOX would bring it back in a 3v5 or a 2v5 or a whatever v5 many times. And it was a bit unfortunate for the East Russians.
Yeah. Warps out, glass cannon for Forzetsky. That could be a bit of a double-edged sword, especially against what ATOX is doing here. They're just going to simplify this round down to just an A execute. So minus 72C. Not great util to be able to retake. They're just going to try to see if they can get a pick on this. Try to disrupt the execute as much as possible and set up for the retake right from the get-go.
1 HE on Inhuman. Could crack open that CT smoke and maybe find an opening. ATOX in some very awkward positions. That line mix playing it so damn well for a second with that full jungle control and the final man's position known, who's tagged down to 14. It's looking very unlikely, even just for a save here. You've got ATOX already on the hunt. Mick going to be able to cut him off at the pass here. Through the vent. Timing favors ATOX. They'll keep 4 alive. Slot on 11. And now just need 2 more to take the series 2-0 and stay in the upper bracket.
It's a beautiful little second wave of the exit there from ATOX. This is, I mean, you can see it here. Set up really well for this bench position is Mick. They double or triple naded con as well as that progression smoke onto top con after the initial wave of execute and allowed them to play a little bit more heavily towards CT and just set up Mick top bench there to really make minus 72C's life hard after they clear mid. Shot missed by Annihilation. Orzetsky trying to give it more opportunities there over towards 8 ramp. Bale under a lot of pressure, going to try to keep himself alive with that molly and does so successfully. ATOX slowing this round down a lot. Had a bit of a spark to start things off. Pick opportunity towards window and A ramp, but after things have settled a bit, ATOX going to start to walk their way through some mid control and potentially just turn this into a bit of a B split, it looks like.
Just creeping all the way up short here. Dobu gonna hard clear, and it's free into a low health Ucaxon. And over towards B as well. Even not gonna be able to live too much longer. And even in Human's position, he's known that smoke ain't saving him in this deagle. Ooh, maybe Forzetsky gonna be able to slide one onto Dobu, who couldn't quite get those bullets in his gun in time. Zest up, a late trade. But a 1v3, unwinnable. Orozco going to be able to go forward, isolate all those fights. Annihilation, missed opportunity, missed shot. But not that second time. 12 secured, barely in a scary one.
I mean, ATOX, at least for the moment, can afford to lose guns. Got plenty of cash to replenish the full rifles lost. Nice mid-round call from ATOX, though. They heard at least a couple of Deagles on the map there. Might not have even recognized that that was somewhat of a force, but I mean, you often do see that against the half-buys, against the Deagles, just going for mid-control into mid to B, split through short. Tends to be a pretty high percentage play. And they executed it pretty well.
Molly going to be extinguished. Jackson able to find a kill, but he's going to be going back for a little bit more action here at mid. Dancing around the corner. But who's going to be able to find the first opening? Just looking for the gaps in the smokes here. Boost over short bricks. Mick ready for the jump up if it was to happen. And Zesta, in the meanwhile, going to finally grab Barosto in lowers.
Yeah, really nice stuff biding their time there, ATOX. Korzetsky, well aware of the mid presence. Peeks out from ticket onto triple and gets himself a kill there. Yukaxon, another great timing for him.
Yeah, take that for sure. And in the meanwhile, while this has all been going down, Yukaxon finds another. And Aviva's also managed to get so much control in T-spawn. And with that bomb going down, he's going to flank towards the top of mid. Zesta might be able to crack open B, but they don't have the objective. Yeah! Zesta has finally been seen by a almost imperfectly timed jump spot at apartments. And Mick now is certainly in behind enemy lines, and he might be able to find one or two here from window. Yukaxon looked away at the wrong moment. But Inhuman seems to be aware that market's open. You can see him look in that direction. Mick also walking into the crosshair. Forzetsky knows something is up, as T-spawn was fully covered. Connects eventually, and it's a slow burn, but a very needed 5th round coming in at -72C.
Yeah. Turned things around really well there. I think they were down 4 on 5. And it's the mid-round aggression that ATOX wasn't ready for. From Forzetsky and Yukaxon ping-ponging off the triple position with the AWP and the cat peak. Another gun round here for ATOX, but if they drop this one, they'll be pretty broke. And again, similar to Anubis, that might prompt a bit of a comeback, at least recovering the round score a bit for -72C. Totem pole in middle. Getting pressured a little bit by Yukaxon. Pretty slow defaulty kind of round here for ATOX though.
Just don't want to be that play to make the wrong move. Forzetsky not going to go for the pixel line, worried it could be dangerous. But getting stuck on balcony could be dangerous also. Zesta has managed to slide his way into the kitchen. Oh, missed chance for Forzetsky. And we'll drop that smoke to try and survive. Gets away. Where's that orb going?
ATOX have denied info in middle and applied a fair bit of pressure towards B, but it hasn't really prompted much of a rotate from -72C because you got that window top con smoke. The CT still don't really know what's going on here.
Did they see him?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, they're posted.
Cabal's making noise, trying to fake that rotate. And Yukaxon, they know he's in window. This timing is not going to work out for Mick. Forzetsky, missed chance on that second man. Over from Bench, Human can't get the job done. He goes down without any damage at all. And Forzetsky gets another on 2 points of health. Fading away, Annihilation is going to not let him play the damn game. Gets another, drops out to default. And then a little bit more. Barosto on the backer side is not going to be a factor. Aviva stops that cross from Annihilation, who was trying to play an aggressive game. And it's 6 secured for the East Russians.
Yeah, and probably 7. They can close this anti-eco, although they did pick up the double AWP, which can sometimes be problematic against the pistols. I think ATOX just kind of outplayed themselves a little bit there. They throw the info denial smokes in mid towards window and top con, which doesn't really let -72C know what's happening, whereas ATOX kind of felt like the CTs knew they were going for that B here, and Cabal then tries to be a bit of a money man and sell a bit of a fake by making moves to respond and make it look like a rotate towards A through mid. This ends up kind of falling apart a little bit, plus the info they had on that short player. Only deagles for ATOX in this round. Trying to go for a split pick approach, but mostly it seems like they're just running into all lines and util.
Oh. Timing ain't working out there. But that bullet did connect onto Cabal. And decides, you know what? I'm not going to tempt fate. Only at lower mid. ATOX leave the vicinity. And it looks like they're just going to rotate, group up, hit A.
Yeah. Left annihilation on the mid lurk. Just playing retake A for now. Both of the, or rather, one of the AWPs been thrown away. Forsetsky's posted up on the B apps line. And these two players from -72C just playing these long lines of sight. Bit of a risky position and a bad timing for Aviva. Finally gets punished for it, but not before half the team is dead. And although Barosto is low, he's able to close it out as well. So anti-eco pass there for -72C. Denying the bomb plan as well means that you're going to kind of weaken the gun round that ATOX is going to throw at you in round up 20 here. No, all a little bit more limited util on a couple of players at least. But still well and truly doable. And ATOX have got plenty more chances to get this one done.
Grabbing it round by round. Not wanting their upper bracket dreams to be dead just yet. And it is a all-in early round from ATOX, which be denied from that one Molotov, but Nick only taking 6 damage. It's enough to allow that one tap on the head. The AK is going to be able to do that just back without any molly damage. Zesta clearing so much space on site all the way towards CT already. And those defensive smokes are not being utilized by -72C.
Yeah, second wave of usually the con again. They top con off Zesta with another pick.
Look
So
at
man
Yukaxon,
disadvantage. Yeah, big flank in from Yukaxon. Checked by Cabal, at least with the knife out.
Yeah, they definitely didn't know he was coming, but now they do. And Dobu's going to have eyes on the prize. Looking like a smoke forward. He's going to deny even more annoying. Molly going to flush Annihilation out from the corner, but the trades need to come through. And Zesta, Dobu, both going to make do with that. 13-7 on Mirage, 2-0. ATOX staying alive in the upper bracket.
Yeah, as expected. I mean, one of the favorites to take out one of these Pro League spots from Season 47 here. A team that has been at the RMR, the domestic land, even taken some upsets versus some European teams. I don't think that they were going to be going down to the -72C boys today, and they showed us why. Although they did concede quite a few gun rounds, Mac, despite winning